Hey everyone, it's John here from CNS Outdoors. Well, we're back at it. We are out going to try to get our doe tag filled. You can probably see by the windows it's raining again. It's another one of those, I like to call them beautiful days, where there's a weather front and a temperature change going on. Again, I'm only going to be able to fill my doe tag, and it's been probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks, maybe a little longer than that, since I've been out bow hunting. Just been crazy, absolutely crazy these last few weeks for me. Did some fishing, and down in Mazatlan we were there for a week, and a few other things going on, and hopefully I'll have that video out shortly too. But again, we're gonna go out, we're gonna try to get a deer, doe, and take you along on the journey. Stick around. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. We sure appreciate it. And let's see if we can get us another deer. Thanks so much for watching. A lot of deer in the fields here. This is all wheat and rye fields, and every one of them's got about 10 to 15 deer. Well, I don't know how much longer I'm going to sit in the stand. Cold I got down in Mexico has kind of got me coughing and hacking, and I don't see the sense of sitting here and spooking anything. I think I'll stick it out for a little bit. The food plot looks like it's seen its last days from the frost earlier this week, so we'll see. Hopefully we get a shot at one yet. Billy Big Buck Killer.
Oh, Big Buck. I don't know, he's Big Buck. He's just a buck. Yeah.
We're going to go track his deer, so stick with us. Find Bill's deer, but he's going to tell you exactly what happened.
Well, about 90 minutes ago now, I had a buck off in the distance working a tree, and it slowly kind of walked towards me. And I was ready and waiting, and he kept coming. And I was just kind of laughing at myself. I'm like, when's he going to stop? And he finally stopped, and I just said, here we go, boom, with the old crossbow. And then I started shaking. I was fine until then, but I was in my head going, hopefully it was a good hit. Hopefully I had it in the right spot. I just sat down for a good 30 minutes before I even moved, and I went out and I just walked over to where the buck stood, and I shot, and all kinds of hair and blood. So I'm like, okay, I'm backing out. So I backed myself out. It's like I said, that's now been over an hour since I backed out, or 45 minutes since I backed out, and ran and grabbed my good buddy John.
Yeah.
CNS Outdoors. Like and subscribe. And said, hey, and he goes, well, let's go now. Usually we like to let him sit a couple hours before we do, but
yep. Heard the wolves this morning.
Wolves are howling this morning in the area, so we didn't want to chance it. So we're going to go take a look, and we're on our way to see if we can find it.
Yeah.
So wish us luck.
No. We've been hunting together for a little while. Me and Bill have been hunting for probably close to 20 years, but we haven't archery hunted except for the last couple. You started
last year was my first year.
Since you were how old?
Since I bow hunted with a compound till I was probably 22 years old. Never harvested a deer. Never have. So this is the first time I've ever, with an arrow, shot an animal.
Well, let's see if we can find this big guy, and I'm happy for you, so let's go find this guy.
All right. It's hard. If you look at this lane, you got to kind of get right over with me here.
Yep.
You look over with me. That one far little maple with the brown leaves on it is about 70 yards. Straight back in.
Oh,
there.
yeah. Yep.
That thing was just erratically moving, and I'm like, there's no wind. What's that thing doing? I'm like, but I can't see because that cross tree and everything is there. And So I got myself ready thinking, okay, it's got to be, maybe it's a buck rubbing a tree. you know, and then it stopped, and then I saw the tail flop, and I'm like, okay, it's a deer. Still don't know, but it just started walking through the thick stuff, and it came through right past this tree here, which is that's 18 yards to that tree. Okay, the dark one.
Yep.
So and he
big
came,
pine.
yeah, and he came right past it, and I'm like, it's broadside. But then he came through behind this little clump of trees here, came around, and then he starts walking, and he turned broadside right there. So, and that's,
all right.
so this is where I gave it to him.
So just to kind of go through, you got swamp over that way.
That's the direction he headed after I shot.
Okay, so that's a bedding area. Oh,
Yeah,
Christ!
so-
You don't have to be blind to see that hair.
I mean, it's just. I mean, it just.
Oh yeah.
It took him, and you know, I got
Boy, you gave
blood
him a
on
haircut.
leaves. Yeah, I got blood on leaves here. So I was feeling pretty good.
Yeah, you got a lot of hair.
Yeah, and I backed out. I tried to see if I could find my arrow, but
Well, we can kind of do
we'll
that.
do that.
Yeah.
Later. But
Which way did it run?
it went right through that little gap.
Right through the gap there. Okay.
So this is so. I haven't stepped this direction at all.
Okay.
I stayed right out there. So
And you went
that's
right
all
through
blood.
here?
Yep.
Okay.
So
See if we can find blood. Had you found blood earlier?
yeah, there was blood back over all that hair is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he definitely ran through here.
Yeah. This is the direction he ran.
Okay.
God, you remember everything's wet, so everything
Yeah,
looks,
that's the problem with a day like today.
and then you get these little guys like this that start to turn colors on you.
Yeah, that ain't. Blood. You know, here's the big problem. You got two old guys here trying to find blood on a wet day.
Yeah.
But we don't want to beat it down. You got to look high, low.
Yep. Look on the tree sides.
You know, see
Look
what we
ahead.
can find.
Yep.
Got blood here. You can see. You got some blood here. Right through there. He went this way.
Okay.
Right through here. So good blood there. Here's where it kind of
Off his trail, right?
right there. Right below you. I got blood there.
Got blood there.
Yeah, he took off all through
Got
this.
blood here.
Oh yeah, you got a good amount of blood right there. Well, we've gone about 300 yards. We're finding some blood here and there, but it's running out. So, don't know what's going on with it. You can tell it's dragging a leg for sure. Got a heavy step. But we'll see what we can do. We'll stay on it. So far?
300 and...
Do you want it as a crow flies or as we've walked?
Wow. And it's all the way through. That wasn't a...
Maybe that's why I stopped bleeding.
Yeah. So this is our trail here so far.
Yeah, let's get it. Here. 1 mile.
So we've gone 1 mile. The arrow finally fell out of the deer. And still alive.
Still not seen it.
See that wolf track? We're dealing with all kinds of wolves here where we're at. Well, we never did find that deer. It is the next day, of course. We trailed that deer for over a mile. Found the arrow basically a mile later. We used Onyx to track our, steps and where we found blood and the whole 9 yards. And Onyx is a great thing. It really tells you a lot of information. But once that arrow was found, we never did find any more blood. I really think what happened was he shot the thing in the shoulder, low, and that's why we saw a lot of the white hair, a lot of the blood early, because if you shoot him up front, that's what happens. So Unfortunately for Bill, it didn't work out. That would have been his first archery deer ever. So we're kind of excited for him, but we'll stick it out, and we still got a few more days. I'm going to take you now and check an area out. I don't have my bow, and we're going to see what we can find for a place to sit tonight. So we'll see what happens. So I'm on Onyx right here, and you can see this area right here. This is a creek, and on that creek there's pinch points. And what I did is I cut this one right here off to the left. I marked that one to go check out, because I looked on Google Maps and there was quite a few trail crossings, and unfortunately I can't show you that right now, but I always like those pinch points. Well, tonight I took a ride, and when I got to this side right here of this creek, on the way down I had 2 deer cross in front of me. On my way back I had probably 8 deer cross in front of me. So I'm going to concentrate on this area. I'll take the video camera along. Hopefully that'll be able to show you some of the stuff of why those deer like that area. They were coming from the south side of the road going north, and this was right at dusk. So on the south side they're bedding there, and I'm guessing because they can see there's a couple of public access roads, and I think they like to lay there and they can see and smell everything. And there must be a nice oak patch full of acorns on the other side that all those deer are going towards it. So in the next couple days we'll see if we can get a doe out of there, at least show you what's going on as to why they're crossing over. Look for is along waterways and along the roads. So I'm going to show you this. This is a big freaking deer. Look at the size of that track that's being made. Those are unbelievable sized tracks. Again, I like to look along waterways. Deer use these as travel routes just like people would. So we've had a rain the last couple days, and I do a lot of my scouting just by Onyx, but then go along roadways and again these waterways, and that's how I find my spots. I mean, look at this. That right there is an unbelievable trail going in. Probably hard to tell on here, but these are deer tracks in here, right there. They've been upturned. Right there, that's a fresh deer track. And these leaves are all turned up. So I got a feeling this is where I'm going to be sitting tonight. Here's one that's running parallel. I can see it's been used as of last night. The leaves are all turned up from deer running. Like I said, it's been raining. But this one's parallel. And then there's another one I'll show you right down by the reeds. As you can see, you have the open swamp out there. We're right inside. And look at this run that's coming through here, going down along the edge. That's the kind of stuff you're going to want to look for. Does like to run it. The bucks like to chase the does. The big bucks will use that edge cover as well. And then they can see out over the swamp if they need to. I think I found a spot that I want to gun hunt possibly. I'm definitely going to bow hunt here tonight. We're kind of standing on the edge of the swamp. And one of the things you want to look for when you're doing that is if you see over there across, that's a big oak flat. How I know that is if you see the leaves are hanging on at this time, those are oaks. Those deer are going to be going over there to feed, right? So not only that, but See, in front of me, you got this big patch of dogwood and some kind of a willow, right? Well, if you look back here, you can see a trail right there. You can see a trail right here. These are coming off the edge. Well, there's a big trail coming off that point. Actually, there's a couple of them. But if you look, there's a trail right there coming from that point. And those deer are going to want to be kind of hidden. So they look for these closest points that connect. You can see it comes off that oak flat. That's where the deer are going to feed. And they're going across, connecting. Well, look at that trail right here. And then this is the one that goes along the edge. Now, I've been seeing trails on the insides too. So this is definitely a place I'm thinking about sitting. I wanted to show you what it looks like here to that spot that comes across from them oaks. And now you can see why the deer want to come over. If you look, there's a trail going through there. There's another trail that comes around the corner and goes out that way. Another one that way. And there's some that come from behind. I love the fact I could sit here and I got beautiful backdrop. Just a couple branches would need to be cleared. But by the looks of it, they're using that other one way more. But I think I'm going to be making this a gun spot here this year. No doubt in my mind. Get it on camera, but as I'm walking back out, I kicked up 4 deer. So they must have come in right behind us as we were walking out here to scout. Wow, they are close. Well, we ended up getting her done. Had a doe come out even after the wolves were howling. So my bow hunting season has been a great success. There she is. Come in and dropped her right where she needed to be. So we're all good. Another one that didn't go 20. Really happy. Now we get to go on to gun season. Well, unfortunately, we never found Bill's deer. We trailed it for over a mile. The only thing we can figure is that it caught a small branch or stick, the arrow itself, and hit the deer in the shoulder. We trailed it over a mile, found blood all the way, but it just wasn't a kill shot. So we feel that the deer is still alive. The bad problem is we got such a huge problem with wolves as you could see by the video. We were kind of worried about it that way, but I felt bad for Bill, being it would have been his first archery deer and buck on top of it. As far as the kill shot on the doe that I did take, it was also raining for a couple days, and that morning I didn't realize it, but the lens got wet and the camera just didn't pick it up very clear, so I didn't even want to try to put it in there. It just didn't make any sense. So got gun deer season coming up here in Wisconsin. Hopefully we'll get on to something there, have a good video for you. But 2024 Wisconsin bow season has been a success. With that said, thanks for watching. Tight lines, shoot straight, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe. Got more videos on the way. Take care and have a great day.